like a true Irishman and go and fight the forces of the crown. Will you march with O'Neill? Oh, good morning and welcome back to the One Celtic Fans View. I didn't realise we went live there. Automatically went live, and I was just a million miles away reading some stuff online about Irish supporters that met with Martin O'Neill and the board. But before we get into that this morning, let me just give you something. There we go. That was Martin O'Neill and Michael Nicholson and the stand-in chairman who's still in place. Yes, the man who's meant to be there on a part-time basis. We're now into July. He's been at Celtic in an interim basis for 7 months now. Yeah, Celtic must be the only club that can't get in a chairman rather quick. So, some not so much Celtic news this morning, but Knudsen, remember him? He's been linked to Celtic loads of times. He is now leaving Bodo Glimt, finally, and he's on his way to Strasbourg in France. Just thought I'd put that one out there, because I think we can finally put to bed the story that he'll come to Celtic one day. I don't think he will. I don't think that we'll ever see Knudsen at Celtic. The fact he's away to France now, I think that whenever there's a bit of a management situation, which we've had quite a lot in the last year, but he's now away. Anyway, Celtic lost out again with one of the youngsters heading down to Liverpool, Fabrizio Romano. Fab. He broke it yesterday. This has been spoken about for a while, this one, that was going to happen. Liverpool signed the deal to sign Scotland under-16 captain from Celtic. And here we go. Signed the paperwork on Sunday to join Liverpool on a 5-year contract. Now, I wonder if he walked away from Celtic for nothing, or if Celtic managed to sell him. It's another ridiculous situation at Celtic where we're losing youngsters for whatever's going on at Celtic, and whatever that the board. I mean, tell me in the comment section, do you think that it's a good thing that the board have met with the fans, and it looks like they had a jolly good evening? Everybody's all smiles. Was there any awkward questions asked? Why are all our youngsters leaving Celtic and being allowed to go down south for nothing, when we cannot have? I mean, surely at 16-year-old, you're giving the lads some kind of assurance. I don't. Maybe it just comes down to money. I don't know. Do you think he'll get into the Liverpool team? No. I don't think he ever will get into the Liverpool team. Most 16-year-olds that go through the academy at Liverpool don't get anywhere near the first team. But it's how can you not give us some good news, like buying some players? That's coming, Andy. Calm. It's coming. Just wait. Good morning, Baz and the Cool Cats. We'd love to hear Martin and the Dugout saying to Fozzie, you're scratching my leg. That would be good, wouldn't it? But anyway, Celtic have been linked with a player, Camilo Duran, and it's been suggested last night that the deal is done. Celtic won't announce it for 2 or 3 days, but it was reported yesterday that the deal was done. It was then reported that the deal wasn't done, that Celtic had lowballed, and then it was reported, and this is all by the same journalist, by the way, and then it was then reported that Celtic have paid around about €3 million, about £2.6 million or something with the current exchange rate. But yeah, it looks like the deal has been done for a new striker at Celtic, 2.5 million. People say, well, why didn't we just pay nothing and get in Kelechi Iheanacho? Well, this guy scored 5 goals in the Champions League. He's more of a sellable asset, and that's the way that Celtic do their business. It's Martin, you can get a couple of strikers in, but they've got to have a value. Does Kelechi Iheanacho have any value? Been released from 2 clubs now. He was released from a club in Spain, and he's just well, he got a year with a year extension, so he's just been released from Celtic for nothing as well. People will have their say, and but Ben Doak didn't really come. Stephen, listen to what I said. People that play come through the academy at Liverpool. Ben Doak didn't come through the academy at Liverpool, did he? At 16, he came from Celtic and went into the Liverpool academy for about a week. At 16-year-old, there's not many 16-year-olds that come through the academy at Liverpool and make it into the first team. Just saying. Ben Doak wasn't at Liverpool from 16 onwards. It's all about opinions, though. So there we go. B team game cancelled versus East Kilbride. We haven't enough players to make 2 games at the same time. That's disgusting. So it just shows you that the B team's a mess. Let's not talk about the B team. Let's talk about the fact that there was a little bit of a jaunt by the Celtic hierarchy at Celtic. Celtic supporters, the Irish Supporters Association, the Association of Irish Supporters of Celtic Supporters Clubs held their AGM. I'll just spit it out, Baz. It's Tuesday morning. Oh, by the way, there's a game day today and we'll be doing a watch along. Yes, and we'll be doing the team review video. Also, we're back in business big time. And I'm hoping that this stuff works, because I've got a funny feeling it's not going to work, because my coding skills are being tested to the limit with this one. But anyway, let's read what the Association of Irish Celtic Supporters Club, who held their AGM in Cork on the 4th of July. The scheduled proceedings were slightly altered due to the Association of Irish Celtic Supporters Clubs receiving a last-minute request from Celtic Football Club. How did Celtic Football Club know that you were holding your AGM at that time? Well, it's amazing that there must have been direct contact with the club and say, listen lads, we're having a wee get together, a wee shindig, our annual AGM, where we talk about what happened last season, and we talk about we vote people back onto the board at your annual AGM. You know, the bus conveners and stuff, and they all get voted back onto stuff and whatever. It's been a few years since they've done it, so the memory's gone out. But anyway, the scheduled meeting receiving a last-minute request from Celtic Football Club to allow manager Martin O'Neill and board members Brian Wilson and Michael Nicholson an opportunity to engage with our supporters clubs as part of their Irish tour. The association accepted, and they requested a chance for Irish supporters clubs to raise concerns directly with the board on issues that have affected both fans and the club, particularly around transfers, communication, fan engagement, modernising the club structures, and the Irish Association of Irish Celtic Supporters Clubs. What a tongue twister, I think it's in the morning. They went on to say that they welcomed the opportunity to engage in an improved fan communication with Celtic as a forum to raise and challenge and engage matters that concern fans and Irish supporters of the clubs directly with the board. As we continue to grow year on year, we pay homage to the clubs and members all over Ireland who freely give up their time to build and help in the development of the association. Congratulations to the new elected committee who have been entrusted to take our members to promote and build the objectives of the association of the next year. Yeah, done. Other than that, there is no information come out about any of the questions asked. You would think, being the first association to have a one-to-one with the board. Now, the Association of Irish Celtic Supporters Clubs, and this is where it's important, because the Association of Irish Celtic Supporters Clubs are one of the major players within the Celtic stuff that's going on. You would think that they would want to come out and proclaim everything that that the board told them. Do you know? You think that they would want to be out and say, "This is what's happening. And, we've got trust in the board. We've got trust in what Martin O'Neill said. We've got trust in what Michael Nicholson said. We've got trust in what their standing chairman said. But there's been very, very little, if anything. Now, there was one tweet that went out from Jerry. This is fantastic to hear. The board member is actually speaking directly to the Association of Irish Celtic Supporters Clubs. Fans have been begging for proper board access for years now, and they're getting it. This is exactly what the Celtic Fans Collective claimed they wanted. So I'm sure they were rushing now to praise the board for this bold, positive step forward. Could you dive into the comments on this one? Surely, in the interest of members and the wider Celtic support, it's reasonable to expect some feedback from the opportunity they got asked questions in order to hear what the plans are, not just sharing with a select few. Wilson's interviews have been vague and empty promises. And he went on to say, Jerry went on to say, I would imagine that some will be given. There was plenty of people in attendance, I imagine, who will probably post about it. I haven't seen anything as yet. I've never seen, Bob's kind of the way that I'm thinking. I've never seen the support this divided. I suppose you didn't have social media in the 1980s and 1990s when things were really bad. We had the divide between ordinary fans and the casuals. There was the divide between the Celtic support en masse didn't really participate in the whole casual era during the 1980s. They couldn't be arsed with it. You did have the Celtic soccer firm, or whatever they're called, who are still going on holidays together, like all the old casual groups do, the old hibbies do it and everything. They all have a wee get together, reminiscing about their youth when they were young torags, running about the streets and having battles with other proper battles, not hidden away in woods somewhere in the middle of nowhere. It's just running street battles like they did back in the 1980s. But anyway, so what was actually discussed and why are they not sharing the minutes with other fans? I don't think you need to share the minutes with other fans, but the releasing of questions asked by members. But Jerry did say, do they normally share this information? I don't think it's common practice. I'm sure of the fans who are in attendance will speak on it. Maybe the association themselves will speak out more about it themselves. Praise the board for what? Where are the new players? Where are the quality new players? Oh, a couple of strikers that they, it just goes on. I just wanted to know what was said. And I think that it's a lot of, I think in the longer term, it will be, yeah, Mo's got it down to a T this morning. I'm going to get Mo's comment up. Social media and reality TV culture has warped everyone's minds. Well, yeah, social media. I use social media completely different to the way that everyone else uses social media. So, yeah, I get what you're saying, mate. I do get what you're saying. This obsession with 24 live streaming and non-stop information. The thing is, from my perspective, and from someone who makes a living from content creation, not just in this platform, on various platforms, where and helps others to do similar. It's a fantastic way to earn a living, but it's not for everyone. I don't think that it can be healthy if there's two different types of people. You have people that are content creators and you have consumers. The 99% of the population have always been consumers of information, whether it be the newspaper, whether it be the television, whether it be the radio. the new media is changing the landscapes. And it was interesting to see this morning, just talking about the whole new media thing and how people from mainstream media have jumped ship onto this platform, YouTube. It was interesting to see that Ricky Gervais is doing a remake of The Office, but he's only putting it out on YouTube. He's staying away from mainstream television. That tells you a lot, you know, and the fact that you have a lot of ex-mainstream people have jumped ship and onto this platform says more about the freedom that you get on this platform to a certain extent to say what you want without Big Brother kind of clamping down on you. But anyway, yeah, Celtic fans and the want to know. You need to put a 50% sell-on clause in our youth team contracts. Yeah. Will Martin do a press conference today before or after the game? No, he doesn't, Stephen. You normally do a press conference before the game. He'll speak to Celtic TV. The first pre-season game of the season, there's usually journalists kicking about to try and get some information afterwards. And if you remember in previous years when Brendan Rodgers was manager, Brendan Rodgers, when Celtic went to America, and the journalists then were pressing them after the games, what's happening with players, etc., etc. And Brendan Rodgers was getting a bit irate at the time, and he says, well, go and phone Nicholson and Mackay, because they're the ones that are in control of everything. So anyway, we move out. It was sad for Trusty, but I'm glad the Yes are out after Trump what he did. I didn't watch that game last night. I watched the Spain game. Wider audience with YouTube, says Joseph. I would tend to agree with that, mate. I would tend to agree with that. Could Derek Desmond set up an AGM with selected board members on the sly? No. No, because when you have an AGM, it has to go through the stock exchange. So there can't be, due to stock exchange rules, you couldn't have a little AGM without the stock exchange being aware. Things will be changing on YouTube, but some things are getting silenced, says Glaswegian Ian. It depends what you're looking at, and there's always always stuff that will be silenced, but is yeah. Anyway, remember the days though. Lucozade. Oh God, don't start talking about Lucozade again. Gervais hasn't been funny in the last 20 years. No, he's not, and maybe that's why he is doing it on YouTube. He's already on YouTube, and he just tells it as it is. He just doesn't give up. Lion. Fuck. YouTube. Something else. Starmer has his sights on. Watch this space. Glad I don't stay in the UK. We need to do a 2-cat view channel. I don't know how that would work, or if it would get much views. Meow. Anyway, came from Raising Kazakhstan. No. Right, anyway, I'm not going to be around long this morning because I've got a lot of stuff to do. Is there any way that I cannot reach out to Megan Diamond? I'm not sure what you're trying to say there, mate. Yeah, you could find me. Message if you've got Facebook or Instagram, message that. The Instagram or the Facebook page. I tend to read the messages in there at least once a week. How many players realistic can you see us getting this summer? 10. I think we'll need 10 players. May not be the top type of player that you want. Who will be in the team today? Anyway, let's quickly do that. Who you think may start this evening? I was meant to go live last night, but I went away. I forgot the Spain game was on, and we went away out to watch the Spain game, which was. I'll tell you one thing. There's another bit of breaking news last night. That the Portugal manager has resigned. Now, remember, there was a lot of chat back in January that Celtic may be going for the Portugal manager once he's out the World Cup. Well, he's out the World Cup and he has resigned from Portugal. Roberto Martinez stepped down after Spain beat them with a last-minute goal last night. Oh, it was fantastic. That was fantastic. It was, and I wouldn't want, I don't want Roberto Martinez ever to get the Celtic job. Not after watching that performance from Portugal last night. It was absolutely woeful. It was, I mean, as soon as Spain got the ball, Portugal were going to five at the back. And you're thinking, just do something, Portugal. Don't know, Ronaldo's past it. Don't know, he's slower than a week in Barlini. And I just don't think that I would never, ever, ever want Portugal, the ex-Portugal manager, Roberto Martinez, to be anywhere near Celtic. There's a couple of ants in here. Where the fuck did they come in from? Anyway, Martin O'Neill interview didn't sound too convincing yet. Sinisalo, Scales, Murray, Donovan, McCowan, McGregor. Talking about the players playing tonight. When you see that the team that we do have, I think Sinisalo will be in goals. We will start with Liam Scales, Colby, Donovan. It wouldn't surprise me if Rocky started tonight. It wouldn't surprise me at all if Rocky starts tonight and Cameron Carter-Vickers comes on in the second half. Ralston is still away on Hollybobs, and as is Kieran Tierney. So it's going to be one of the younger lads, because unless you put Liam Scales out to the left-hand side, which could be done, and Colby Donovan on the other side, and then Rocky and Cameron Carter-Vickers at the back. You're going to have Luke McCowan, Arnie Engels, Paolo Bernardo could start, and Callum McGregor he'll start because it is in Ireland. Mikael Ange Balak-Wisha. This is going to be the big one over these games. This is the one to watch if Mikael Ange Balak-Wisha gets any game time at all. Because remember, he was told by Martin O'Neill way back last November when Martin came into the club, at the end of October, November, such a long time ago, that he had no future under Martin O'Neill. And Martin O'Neill said, maybe the next incoming permanent manager may give you a chance. But the short time that I'm here as standing manager, I don't think you're good enough for Celtic. And then Martin O'Neill came back and we never saw anything of Mikael Ange Balak-Wisha. Will he get any game time at all? And it's a worry because he cost us $5 million. We chased him for a couple of years. And he has trained hard over the summer. Yang, is he back? Callum Osmond will start up front. James Forrest will be, and then it's going to be just youngsters, isn't it? Surely Mikael Ange Balak-Wisha has to get some game time, just for Martin O'Neill to look very disappointed. Very disappointed. Oh, it's been a little... Oh, there's been an update. I didn't even notice. Celtic have updated this. Oh, wait a minute. Breaking news. Look how threadbare the squad is. Celtic have updated the website. So, this is the defenders we have. Now, we know that we've got the two keepers. I've just noticed that Celtic updated the website. Sinisalo, Ross Dohan are the goalkeepers that we do have. Alistair Johnston is lost somewhere. He tweeted that he's in the wrong airport, doesn't know where his bags are. He's running a bit like a little hobo travel guru. Liam Scales is at Celtic. Austin Trusty's, he'll be on holiday for a few weeks. Big Rocky is back in the first team squad. Look at that. Rocky's in the picture. That's interesting. He's no longer on loan side. Does that give us a little bit of hope that Rocky, under Martin O'Neill, will resurrect his career at Celtic? And then you've got Big Cameron Carter-Vickers, Dane Murray, Colby Donovan, Tony Ralston, who's in the last year of his contract, and Kieran Tierney. Defence-wise, we need cover. Do we really? Yeah, we need a couple. I think that we're not too bad defensively. Martin will want to bring in a stronger defender, but there seems to be plenty of players there. When you look at the midfielders, Benji Negron, Luke McCowan, Oxlade-Chamberlain, still in the team because he signed for that other year. Arne Engels, Paulo Bernardo, Rio Huffy Hatate, and Arne Engels, who looks like he's been taken hostage when he was taken to Ireland. Rio Hatate, who just doesn't look up for anything, and Callum McGregor, who's still going to be here. Forwards, Jota, who is out until November. Michelangelo Balikwisha, Yang, Callum Osmond, Sebastian Tenecti, Dyson Maeda, and James Forrest. Players out on loan. Well, I don't know what Celtic have, why they haven't brought them back into the first team. This is an interesting one. Because Adam Montgomery, they've still got him as at Livingston. Odom Ohm is still in Los Angeles. Shin Yamada's allegedly still in Germany. And Johnny Kenny's allegedly still down in Bolton. Why haven't these players been brought back into the first team like Big Rocky? That's a strange one from Celtic. It's a bit... It is a strange one. You know, Rocky's been brought back into the first team picture, but the other players who were out on loan also are still out on loan. Does that mean that Shin Yamada will be getting punted this summer? Johnny Kenny, will he be getting punted this summer? Odom Ohm, well, we know that he's in one of the Nordic countries somewhere. And what does it say about Adam Montgomery? Interesting. Glaswegian says, I think it's time to punt. CCV is always injured. Well, could this be the summer to get rid of Cameron Carter-Vickers? We haven't had a full season from the American since he came to Celtic, which is a bit of a worry. Does the backline terrify you? Or is it a good thing that it may look as if Rocky may be back in the picture? And what's going on with Tony Ralston? Will he see out his contract and then leave for free this summer? Anyway, did Ralston not get a contract extension recently, or or was it me having a nightmare? You're having a nightmare. Did say Rocky is a new type player. The midfield is concerning. Gav Ralston going to end up the third most decorated Celt of all time. 50 years and they'll be clamouring for a statute. And because Celtic don't care about them. That is it. Odin Ohm at the front, forgot about him. Yeah, he's still on the Celtic books, but he's not there. I thought I saw Kenny in pre-season training. Yes, he is. And he was at pre-season training. But why hasn't he been brought back into... I mean, why hasn't Shin Yamada and Adam Montgomery, rather than being in the loaned out section? It's not very convincing for me. And especially since Big Rocky was in the loaned out section as well, but he's been put back into the first team. We'll have to wait and see. Anyway, that's me done and dusted for this morning. I will be round later on. What time is it? It's at... is it 4:30? I'll be back live, and then 5:50 for the watch along this evening. So I'll be back at 4:30 with the first pre-season team news released by Celtic. Oh, it's good to be back. It's good to be back in business, as they say. User off, you're not selling CCV. Guaranteed to lose the league. 60% fit CCV is better than anything we have, says James, and he gets the final comment of the day. See yous all around about 4:30 Celtic Park time to get the first team news of the 26-27 season. Well, that's scary, isn't it? God, we talk about the 85-86 season, we talk about the 8-8 season as if it was just round the corner. Now we're into the 26-27 season. It's going to be 2030 before you know it. Oh my God. Jesus Christ, man. Come on, there. Anyway, have a fantastic day, Celtic fans, wherever you are all around the world. It's just, I'll press the wrong button there. Let's press, there we go, finish.